I already applied some ground color. So this ground color, like sometimes when you finish the painting but still have some paint left over, it just use them as with a little gamsol help and apply that over here after it dries, and then you can use that to prepare. This is some people don't like to see the white canvas to start from, and then you can put any color, if it's red, brown, blue, or whatever that would be, and just put it on, and it was going to help you as the foundation color from here. Okay, so the first painting we're working on, it would be this landscape painting. Okay, this is very easy. I always want to remind everyone over here in this painting, you see the sky, and under the sky it's a two part. And here is just right in the middle. Can you see that? Right? Right in the middle. I want you to always thinking about when you have something like that, all right in the middle, this is nothing wrong that you put divide the top and the bottom in the middle. This is nothing wrong. The only thing that is you want to be a little bit more clear to yourself. What is the focus? If you say, okay, I want everything, you can't get everything, okay? You only get one thing, and the second thing would be secondary. What do you think, shall you? And the sky or the land? What do you think? Oh, all the canvases I'm using, they are only 6x8. So it's very small. So, okay, since you don't say anything, so I'm going to pick it. I'm going to give you choices then. What about I make the sky a little bit less? So we're going to going up over here. Or you say, okay, I want the sky a little bit more. I want to move this down a little bit more. What do you think, A or B? Down. Okay, all right. And set down. So we're going to go down. Okay, hopefully it's not down there, but down just a little bit lower. Okay, here, right here. How about that? Like this. That's the first decision. Okay, no rush, because this is a very important decision. I would say this is the most important decision. Okay, so you don't want to say, whatever, and it's not going to be whatever. It's going to turn out to be something you may not really like. And this is also almost like a right in the middle. So you want to decide on whether or not coming to the more to the left or more to the right. And don't stay right in the middle over here, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just move it a little bit more to the left. That's just it, right? Now from here on, I'm going to use a little gamsol. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to put that on over here like that, and then I'm gonna have a little bit more clear, like a little gap over here, a little bit more clear. And I don't want to have this that looks like a close together. In the reference, it's close almost, right? We don't want to be close, so we're gonna talk about intention, okay, through the whole today's whole afternoon. So I'm gonna have here, I'm gonna have something over here, and like that. I'm gonna have a little bit coming in over here, but it's most important. I have to leave this a little bit more open. Have a little bit light blue color all the way coming in right here. You see that? That's just very easy. You don't have to do a lot to accomplish your intention. So you have to do enough to make yourself to see that where you're going. Okay, this is very important. That's the questions. Where are we going? Okay, we're going to take a look at that. We already done a few minutes. So here's what we're going to do. Peter, if you have any questions, just let me know. It looks like you're always thinking, but never say what you're thinking. And then I'm going to, coming down over here, I want to see my clock. So, all right. So this painting should be done in, say, 20 minutes. How'd that sound? Okay. It's going to be fun. Okay. All right, now I'm going to working into the sky. And the sky is very easy. Just get the blue color over here. I'm going to get enough white mixed into that. Okay, we're not sure how light that's supposed to be. Okay, you don't have to be sure. I'm going to have that over here. Do you see that? And then I have the white shape over here, and I have it right there, and then the blue over here, like that. And maybe one of the things that some of us have the habit of always paint the blue colors everywhere. Don't do that. Leave the space. If the space over here is white, leave it there, right? And have a little bit blue color coming down over here too. And after we have all the color in place, and then we will know exactly how we're going to change it and modify it. Okay, this is very important. So that's just good. Now, here what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the bottom over here. This is the ocean. That's the horizon line. So, okay, right here. It's good. Very much the same color, maybe a little bit lighter. I'm going to get a little bit more white. Mix that right in here. Okay, very intentional, very simple, like that. And we have a little bit come up over here, but I'm going to have that a little bit light enough to go through here. And that's the reflection. So I'm going to have that the same color as is the sky color. It looks like a little bit more gray, a little bit lighter too. So I'm going to put that right in here. It's going to be fun. And, you know, quite a bit of, I think the majority member in the community is still very strange, or say very new to the oil painting. And we should not think that oil is dangerous. Let's say it's not really dangerous. It's just about, it's just another medium, another way to think. And but it's very convenient if you are going to have a little bit more in-depth expression. Okay, come over here, coming down, and you can do so much with this medium, especially if you like portrait, and it's going to be very helpful for you to express more in depth. Okay, now I have that color in. That's just pretty good. Now the cloud then. Okay, we're gonna put the color for the cloud. And normally you don't want to just put the white, the pure white in the painting. You always think about that. Is that white have a little bit more cool or warm? Okay, I'm gonna put this color in here. And like that, coming up over here. I'm going to add a little bit gamsol. It's just the beginning of the painting, so it's easier to move the paint around. Okay, coming over here. I'm just decided on, is that we want the cloud a little bit warmer, a little bit cooler. And at the bottom over here, definitely a little bit cooler, right? That's just no doubt. But maybe at the top could be a little bit warmer. But we're going to see. We're going to decide on that. And we're going to modify that, make it more intention. So here we go. I'm going to get a little bit more, mix a little bit blue over here. And here you go. So only thing about shape. Shape. Very important. Here you go. Now I'm going to connect these two shapes together. And coming over here. Again, everything you put on the canvas is only the first shape, okay? The first thought that you put on, that you can always modify it and change it. And you don't have to make it look realistic either, okay? All right, so we're gonna go a little bit faster, like that. Okay, always start from a little bit thinner, and then go a little bit more, and thicker as we go. Okay, like that. And coming over here, have a little gap over there. coming down over here, and the bottom, you see a little bit more blue at the bottom. So I'm going to mix that with a little blue over here. And maybe a little bit, bring a little bit tiny more blue. Let's take a look at the bottom over here. Here you go, like that. That's good. And put a little bit blue at the bottom over here. Introduce a little bit more blue, like this. Here you go. That's good. Like this. That's just good. All the way a little bit lower. Okay. Okay. That's a nice shape. And a little bit more coming over here. That's good. Like that. Making sure that is horizontal. Okay, that's good. And now I'm going to go in to the top. Now at the top over here, I'm going to have a little bit shape like that. Okay. Don't just automatically fill in the whole shape. Okay, I'm going to have that shape coming over here and going up. That's very good. And like that, and going a little bit light right there. That's good, like this. And coming up over here, a little bit soft, loose color. Okay. Keep your mind in control. Okay, you are the creator. So have your idea, have your feeling in the painting process. Okay, like that. Have a little bit light shape over here. Have a couple more over here, like that. And I'm going to have a little bit more. Yeah, right now, everything here right now is only temporary. We try to cover up everything to get the idea, right? Ooh, almost there. Almost good. Like because the underpainting, not the underpainting, the ground of the canvas is almost the color of that. So you can see that it's almost like in shape already. I need to mix a little bit darker color. So just the blue, right, with a little red color. I'm going to have a little bit darker color. So I'm going to take a look at, and this shape, I'm going to have this a little bit darker right here. Like that. Okay. And I have a little bit shape over here coming in. I'm going to have that a little bit darker shape over here. And I have a little bit shadow. And like that. So think about the minimum. Okay. The minimum you can do to bring your feeling forward. That is the best. Okay. And especially when you are, summer's coming, when you are painting outdoor and you want to see before the sun or the lighting direction change, what you can do within the time that you allow to paint. Okay, you just have to think quick, think fast, and think economic. Okay, here we go. Have that little shape down over here. And you can say the painting can be done at any point. Okay. Like the way it is now, can be say, oh, it's finished. Okay. I want to divide a little bit shape. I want to describe a little bit more. Okay, right here I have some shadow. And it's a little bit too early to call it finish because there's just a lot of things we have to describe. I'm gonna have that coming out over here. I'm gonna have a little bit reflection over here, like I use the side brush. And this also the reflection of that stone, and will be here. I'm gonna make that right here. That's good. Have that pretty good. And I'm gonna come back here, continue, do a little bit more, and describe a little bit shape. Okay, like that. And this is good. Have a little bit shape at the front over here. Oh, this is good. I'm gonna have a little bit shape over here too. Okay, that's good. And all right. and have a little bit brown color. I'm gonna mix a little bit tiny more brown color. And here you go. I'm gonna have a little bit more yellow. That's just good. Now I'm gonna get the color a little bit thicker. I'm gonna have that, a little bit reflection of that, and have a little rock over here too. Yeah, like that. And we can have a little bit more red and orange color. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna have a couple shape over here. That's good. All right, since we have this color, now I'm going to get a little bit white first, put it over here. And I'm going to have just a little bit light brown color. So get the red with the yellow. And here's what I'm going to do. We're going to start adding it to here, like that. Here you go. I'm going to have a little bit thicker color painted in there. Just think about this, come up a little bit. And now you need to get a little bit thicker paint because we need to cover the top over there, the white paint. That's just good. Now I'm going to get a little bit yellow. Okay, I have some yellow over here. Now take a look at this, a little bit thicker paint right over there. I like that. I'm going to get a little bit white, a little bit lighter, and maybe a little bit more red. Here we go. I want to have this shape coming over here. Can you see that? That's nice. Yeah, a little bit shape like that. I'm going to have that coming down a little bit more. And I get a little bit line coming over here. Oh, this is good. Like that. You can see that. And over here, a little bit shape showing there. And maybe a little shape coming up like this. And over here, we can have the little bit shape over there. That's everything. Just about shape, 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 shape. Now I'm going to have just a little bit lighter. Have this shape. This a little bit more clear. And here you go. Just put the color over there. And your attention always on the balance. Like how I'm going to make a nice balance. And the balance is everything a painting's about. Okay, I'm going to have that. A little bit shape over here. Like that. That's good. Enough texture. Over here. Have a little bit thicker. Here, the top over here. And have a little bit shape over here. Come out. Okay, now the water is very much good, right? So we are just going to have a little bit dark color right in the middle over here. Okay, we need to have a little bit more shape come in here. And I'm going to have a little bit shape over here then. Like that. Okay, that's a little shape. We need to give a little bit more detail in a bit. Okay, like that. And how about we're going to have a little bit lighter. And this would be the interesting color. A little bit warmer. Now I'm going to have this start over here. Okay, coming in here. We don't have to exactly the same size. It can be maybe just this much. Just something coming out over here. I'm going to have that a little bit lighter coming up over there too. And that could be good enough, but we need to have a little bit shadow. Okay, have a little bit shadow. And get a little bit more blue with the red. And that would be, think more as dark and light and dark and light. Okay, a little bit more darker. And also the bottom over here, a little bit darker like that. Okay, they give enough, a little bit more punch. Okay, that's good. All right, seems like pretty good over here. And I kind of, because I raised this up a little bit, and actually I eliminate, right? You can see that eliminate, there is a little bit water over there. Do you want a little bit water over there? Or maybe not, when you need to decide on, okay? So, I'm not too sure. I maybe just gonna let that go. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back to adjusting the color, right? Now the whole canvas already covered by colors, different colors. Okay, now let's take a look at. And how we are going to see the sky definitely need to be lighter. So I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna mix the little bit lighter blue color. Okay, here we go. Like that. We're gonna take a look. How light the color would be. I don't know. I'm gonna take a look. I think this should be good enough. I think need to be just a little bit lighter. Can I see that? Need to be even lighter. Here we go. Let's take a look. How about that? Oh, it's better. Okay, we don't have to get exactly the color in the reference. Okay, that's just good. Now I'm gonna come in over here, painting around. Now the sky is better. Okay, that's good. You can make it a little bit thicker if you want to. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit blue and get more white. Okay, and here you go. And I'm gonna have this in over here. Look at it again. Is that good? I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna have that in over here. All you see is different shape of colors. And that's all you need to think about. Okay? And how those shape we also call different area, different mark, different masses, however you want to say it. That it need to be hold an interesting interaction between those large color and create a nice contrast. Okay, now also nice interaction. Okay, here we go. Coming over here. That's nice. And I'm going to keep going. Everywhere is a sky need to be with this color. Like that. Interesting. And continue. Keep painting on my phone. Okay, here we go. Right here. Here you go. Like that. You need to watch out. I'm not gonna paint on my camera. Okay, here you go. That's good. I'm gonna have that. A little bit over here. You don't have to cover everything. Okay, that's good. Okay, here we go. Like that. Nice. I'm gonna have a little bit more in like this. Okay, now the sky color looks pretty good. Now it's not as that dark. Okay, that's good. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to take a look at the top of the water. The water over here, I'm going to raise that a little bit higher. Like that. That's good enough. Okay. That's good. I like that. Now the next thing we're going to do, when you're close to the beach, I'm going to have a little bit lighter. And also a little bit more like orange color. So this is a good color. So let's get a little bit more white mixed into here. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to have this a little bit lighter when it's close to the shore. Okay, like that. Put it good over here too. I'm going to have a little bit of this color coming over. That's good. And when you come over here, you need to shrink it a little bit. Get a little bit more white. Okay. Mix that in right over here. Like that. Here we go. We're going to have a little bit gap over here. That's good. Now you can see gradually you get a little bit more and more. And thick and thicker paint. Here we go. Now over here, have that little gap over here. Like that. Getting interesting, right? Okay, coming over here. And down over here. Now I'm gonna give a little bit texture to showing actually some objects underneath. Okay, underneath the water. That's good, like that. And now, nice, going through over here and see a little bit underneath, like that. That's just pretty good reflection. And now you can see the painting get closer and closer, a nice balance. Now I'm going to have a little bit tiny more blue color. Now I'm going to retouch on. Yeah, as is good. Have a little bit more. A little bit more over here. Now actually I want to have a little bit blue over here. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. So I have a little bit more movement like that coming over. Can you see that? And actually could be interesting. So I'm going to have this. I'm going to have a little bit curve, a little bit bend, but change the color. Refill a new color, because otherwise it's going to look like too much yellow going in. That's good. Like that. Pretty nice. And I also get a little bit tiny blue sky over here, like that. Like this. It's good. I'm going to have a couple texture. That's good. Like that. Have a little bit more coming over here. And nice. Now, alright. Now I'm going to, since we are having this side a little bit lower, and then we are going to take a look at from this horizon line coming over here all the way. So we see a little bit blue color over here. That's the ocean. Like that. Oh, okay. Maybe a little bit more blue then, right? So I'm gonna just a little bit more blue with the white. Here we go. Get a little bit more white. That's good. Gonna have a little bit thicker. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit brighter blue color right in here. Here you go, like that. That's good. Look at that. Look a little bit more feeling of the ocean. So, no, not yet. So we're gonna get a little bit more white over here, and we're going to make this horizontal a little bit more like that, coming over here a little bit more straight. Okay, that's good. Okay, like that. A little bit more white. Here we go. A little bit more clear. Now this is good. Let's see a little suggestions of that. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna mix some, have a little punch. Like for example, I'm gonna get a little yellow over here. A little bit more punch, like over here. I need to make that a little bit more clear. That's the edge over here. Right, that's a little edge. Like that. And have a little bit reflection over here. Okay, this is good. A little bit more clear. A little bit darker over here. A little bit more clear right here. And have a little reflection over there. So, now give a little bit more clear. And over here too. Get a little bit more. And then over here, you can add a little detail. Like that. That's good. I'm going to have that a little bit darker over here. And there we go. A little bit more clear. That's just good. That's already good. Now, I think the last thing, the couple thing we need to do to finish this painting, we consider a little bit more balance. Like over here, the first I'm going to have a little bit reflection. Okay, say underneath there, or a little bit underneath over here. Okay, like that, and a little bit underneath like that. Here you go. Okay, like this. This is good. See a little underwater. Okay, like this. This is good. And here you go. Like that. This is good. That's one. Second thing, I'm gonna have a little bit lighter at the top. I'm gonna also bring a little bit warmer to the white. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit more. This, have a little bit tiny red. Okay, not much. Okay, a little bit tiny more red. I'm gonna put it on top of the cloud. Okay, so that's something I want to enhance it. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit thicker. Now watch. That's gonna be very interesting. Okay, I hope it's gonna be very interesting. Here we go. Here we go. Now I'm gonna have this. See that? Very big. Okay, I'm gonna have this coming over here. Very thick. Like that. And coming over. And a little bit over. Keep that, the brush stroke. And over here. So I actually enhance it by add a little bit warmer light sauce. Okay, here we go. Like that. Here we go. I'm gonna have that a little bit more. Just use the same movement of brush stroke. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna coming over here, have a little big shape like that. That's good. Have a little big shape over here. Just think about how do we shape, make it interesting. Okay, that's very good. Coming over here. Keep going. Be consistent. Okay, like that. That's good. That's good. And have a little bit light. Little bit, maybe have a little bit over here too. Like that. This is good. I'm gonna have something coming up over here as well. Like this. I'm gonna have this shape more like less smooth. That's good. I'm gonna have a little bit over here and have that up a little bit and up a little bit more over here like that. That's good. I'm gonna have that coming over here. See that? That's maybe shrink that shape a little bit smaller. So here we go. So feel free to give your own impression. And actually that making their painting is more unique to yourself because that is your impression, your feeling. Okay, coming a little bit more in here. Like that. As now the cloud have more of their movement. Here you go. That is good. I'm gonna have this a little bit more coming up. So this is good. Create a little bit more balance over there. And here you go. Can you see that? So that's a process for you to gradually, make your own emphasis. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit thicker, like that. That's good. Tell me, what is your question? Well, that's a very interesting question. I love that question. Well, this is a process for us to learn and develop our how to put our own taste into every painting we do. And normally, when I say everyone have that process, but normally we all try to copy the photo. at the beginning. It could take a few years for you to get out of that mode. Okay, so you have to gradually be able to capture the way it looks before you add your own, gradually blend your own impression into the painting. And that would take a little bit while, but if you keep sticking to it and you get comfortable with the material, the technique, and the process, which is like how you started, first step, second step, and third step, and the way, I think the simple answer for that would be, I make every step has an opportunity for you to have your own input, your own feeling. So I guess like when you are listening to me enough and making sure that every step that you are very sincerely and consider that you do fully with what you need. Like I say, for example, starting right from the beginnings, and how much for the sky, how much for the blue. That alone, you already have your own input. Because of that is the first step that you get away from copying the photo, where you inspire by the scene or the photo, right? But you are keep more objective to yourself, some degree, and but we're going to talk more about that in the future. We don't have to get everything, but the way I am thinking my painting is always based on the inspiration, but it ended up to be getting your own impression. Like for example, how you're going to see this, how big is this gap? I noticed that I want that gap. That gap is making this a little bit stronger. But we're going to talk more about that as is in the community each meeting. Okay, it's a very good question, Brenda. Your question is about how you can get more and more of your own impression in your painting and get away from only copying the reference or the inspiration. That apply to that you're going paint from the nature directly, and you should all reserve that the freedom. That's called creative freedom. So this painting is already done.